Sachi Sutta ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki, Radhaparasishwar ki, Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Marathon ki, Transcendental Book Distribution ki, Nam Sankirtan ki, Gaura Premanandi, Uttarashma Bhagavatam ki, all glories to the assembled deities, all glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. We like to, you're already welcome, but I didn't. We're welcome Vidura Prabhu. Join us for the Prabhupada Transcendental Book Marathon. Are you staying for the whole marathon? Or what?
He's moving to Paris.
Pardon?
He's moving to Paris. He's going to be in Pujari. That's what I heard.
Are you moving to Paris?
No, not really. He's making plans.
Do you know how long you're staying?
Probably until Namacharya goes back.
Okay. So another week, another 5 days, 6 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, something like that. Good. Well, try to do a little bit of book distribution.
Yeah.
We know it's your. I know you're feeling such pain on not being able to go out every day on the book distribution due to intense commitments from other areas of your life. But I'm sure you can release a little bit of the pain by doing this really well. The wonderful thing about the marathon is that it's not, there's some devotees who, for, obvious reasons, Krishna's hand is working in everything, and distribute large numbers of books, and some of us distribute not many books. But it's like every part of the body is equally important. And different parts of the body may appear to be doing more than others, But they can't do it without the presence of the other parts of the body. So every little effort is all part of the whole. And some of us, some of us do like one magazine or 2 small books or something, It's magnificent, it's incredible. It's not you have to do, 5 million books or something in order to succeed in Krishna consciousness. It's the effort, it's the heart. And sometimes when we really struggle, those are the days when Krishna's mercy really descends. We really have to wonder and take shelter of the holy name, and take shelter of Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas and Radha Krishna, Gaura-Nitai and so on. We're here to take shelter. We're here to give shelter. The whole spiritual world is shelter, giving shelter. Krishna comes to this world to give shelter. Pure devotees come to this world to give shelter. We're trying to take that shelter and share that shelter with others. I was just thinking just now as we were chanting, thinking of the coward boys, that going on Sankirtan, you can look at it in hundreds of different ways. But one way you can look at it is the coward boys are going out in the morning with the cows and the calves into the pasturing grounds. Many things happen when you go into the pasturing grounds, at least in Brahma Vrindavan. You see sometimes demons come along and try to interfere with the business of the coward boys. Cause trouble sometimes. They try to. Of course for them it's all part of the fun. Why? Big Prabhupada said that in one letter he wrote when we were traveling in England in 1972 on Sankirtan. He wrote a letter to our party leader, Prabhu Vishnu Prabhu, saying, that it's very austere and sometimes people are not interested. But for you, Prabhupada said, it's simply fun. So like that, the coward, it's not always easy to see it like that. But how Krishna's hand, if we remember Krishna's hand, working in every situation, we just try to take shelter, take hold of Krishna's hand, take shelter of his lotus feet, and do our little best to try to be instruments for the books to just go where they're meant to go. And you never know. I know some devotees who distributed one book, but that one book, is gone to somebody who later on becomes, a serious devotee and becomes an ambassador of the Sankirtan movement. So it's not quantity only. Krishna has other plans. He knows what's best for us. Of course, we all want to do many, many books. We want to do many things for Prabhupada's service, for this movement. But, whatever, Krishna knows best. We just try our best, do our best, to do a little bit in this great mission, this great mission of Lord Chaitanya. We just try a little bit, just like we understand from the Battle of Lanka. If you look at the results on the Battle of Lanka, how much did Hanuman do in the Battle of Lanka? Did he win? Was he top of the chart? Possibly. Maybe Sugriva was pretty good up there too. There was a few big scores, right? Big scores. How many demons they killed? Some big scores, right? Of course, Raman and Lakshmana, they don't count in that sense. But amongst our followers, there were some big scores. Very big. Amongst Ravana's followers, there were some big scores too. Was in Kumbhakarna, he scored a lot. In Vijit, they had big scores too. Of course, they were on the wrong side. But on the side of Lord Ram, some of them were doing big things. But when they were building the bridge across the Lanka, Hanuman, of course, was doing the most. How many mountains did you do today? How many mountains did you, collect, right? Or put in the bridge. So Hanuman was probably the biggest collector, probably. They didn't have sum-up machines, but he was probably the biggest collector. He didn't need a sum-up machine. He could fly in the sky. So, Lord Ramchandra kind of rebuked him, chastised him practically. Why? You're doing great service. Of course, it's all part of the Lord's plan to show us, as Prabhupada says sometimes through a daughter, the mother teaches the daughter-in-law, because the daughter-in-law may not be able to take direction from her new mother-in-law, but the daughter is used to it. So through Hanuman, Krishna taught a lesson. What was that lesson?
It was an ant that was bringing little stones.
Pardon?
There was an ant that was bringing
Would
little
become an ant. I've heard a squirrel and I've heard a spider, but I've not heard an ant
Oh, yeah,
before.
I heard an ant.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it'll be a microbe next. Whatever it was, some little creature. Usually we hear a squirrel or a spider. I've actually never heard an ant before. That's a nice example. The ant, okay, or whatever it was just pushing some grains of dust into the ocean on behalf of Lord Ramchandra's endeavor. So what did Hanuman do? I mean, what was the story? Told him, move aside, you're getting in the way. We're doing, what's the use of what you're doing? Next to nothing. We have big work to do here. But Lord Ramchandra was not at all, let's say, impressed by Hanuman's statement. Said, that spider is doing more than you. He's doing according to his capacity. According to his capacity. He was doing maximum without false pride. But you're doing it with false pride. You have capacity to do a lot. Now that's not to belittle those who are doing a lot in any way. That's also absolutely glorious. But we should be just a little bit conscious of that. It's not the quantity which determines necessarily this relationship with Krishna. If we can do a lot and we don't care, that's something else. It's the attitude that we're trying, the endeavor. We all know the story of the sparrow that laid its eggs on the ocean. Endeavor sincere. The sincerity of purpose, Prabhupada said, is what really matters. That we're trying, how difficult it is sometimes, we all know. As I said yesterday, even the most experienced Sankirtan devotees, they have their ups and downs too. They certainly do. Even the best of the best sometimes have days where it just doesn't happen. You haven't been a full-time Sankirtan devotee, but you've seen those who are. And Bhaktisari, you've also seen it. Sometimes even the best book distributors have their ups and downs, isn't it? For whatever reason. Krishna's hand, or maybe something else going on in our minds some days, or whatever it is. Some reasons for that. Krishna knows everything. So don't be despondent if you don't do too. As many books quantitative as you did yesterday, or someone else is doing. Where competition is nice and exciting, but it's not the goal of our life. We're trying to mold our life for the pleasure of Krishna. Ultimately go back to Godhead, of course. So we're going out on the Sankirtan. It's a little like cowboys. They're going out herding the cows, and they come back in the evening. Of course, they don't distribute books, but they take the cows out to munch on the grass. Don't go away. We're going to read the book scrolls in a second.
I have to clean up a few things. I come
What
back.
for?
Because
You're
I'm
going to clean up on Sankirtan today. We were talking
I'm
about
sleeping
that.
in a public place, so
Public
that's
toilet.
that's where they set up the prasadam. So I just have to clean up. my
Give
stuff
1 minute.
before.
You've got,
Okay,
you've got
okay.
another minute. So, I know how much grass the cows ate, or how many cows there were, or whatever it is. Some of the cowboys had 100 million cows. One cowboy with 100 million cows. And some had 1 million. But, everything was perfect. So it's fine. So we reached yesterday's book scores, and all glories to all the devotees who went out yesterday, or someone other distributed books yesterday, and many probably not even mentioned that they did it. Or even those who didn't, but supported those who did, the cooks, the cleaners, the this, the that, the carriers, the whatever, organizers, everything. But this Sankirtan movement is also all auspicious, all beneficial for humanity at large. On the Harinam last night in the rain, we were chanting and dancing. Quite a lot of devotees came. And we have yesterday in Chateauroux. Chateauroux, you didn't make it. They were expecting you to come out and distribute books for them for 2 hours. But he decided he wanted to get to Paris urgently and distribute books here. So in Chatur yesterday, Chandni did 2 small books. And in Leon, Eric did 1 Mahabig book. And in Chatur yesterday, with 1 Mahabig book, 2 medium books, and 3 small books. Back to mice. Back in action again. And then somewhere here and there, maybe on the street, maybe on the metro, I don't know. But with 2 Mahabig books, Patit Pavan Prabhu. And over a period, a little bit here and there over the last few days, with 4 Mahabig books and 1 small book, Kasturi Manjari. And like big in the city yesterday with 4 Mahabig books, 2 medium, 1 small, and 1 magazine, Himanshu Prabhu. And with 3 Mahabig, this is on Sankirtan yesterday evening, just in the evening, a little while. 3 Mahabig books, 1 big book, 5 medium books, and 1 small book, Jiva Prabhu. Somewhere or another. With 3 Mahabig books and 2 Arabic books, Bhakti Yumi. She's going to Mauritius soon, isn't she?
That's away.
Does anyone know when she leaves?
I think 12 December.
Huh?
12 or 13 around.
12th, around the 12th. She wants to distribute books there. She's already arranged with the temple president there if she can distribute books in Mauritius. And she wants it to be part of her Paris, and the temple president said that's fine. So then we went, there's a whole list of us here in a row almost. We went to the university, Science University. What's that? I can never, Juicy? What's that? How do you pronounce it? Jussieu? Huh?
Jussieu.
You say it loud and clear, Eleanor?
Jussieu.
Simple.
Easy as juice. Whatever the name is, it's one of those words that's difficult to pronounce. Anyway, there's a university there with very big science university, and someone told me it's the biggest science university in Paris. All science students, thousands of them. It's part of Sorbonne University. It's all science, that particular part. It's spread out here and there. But that's just one big block of science students. And at lunchtime between 12, you were there? You studied there?
No, I studied in Sorbonne, but a different place.
Different part of Sorbonne. Rohini Nandan, did he study there?
That's what he
That's
said.
what he said.
He studied at that university, I believe. And anyway, we calculated by little experience we have of trying to distribute books at university that between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock is probably the most busy time for students. They mostly come out for lunch break. That's what happened. I mean, they were pouring out, right? The man under's doing a puja, but they were pouring out, wasn't it, Eleanor? Between like 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. They were just pouring out the university. It was like ants coming out of an anthill, you know. There were like so many of them pouring out. And then they all poured back in about, 1:30 to 2:15. But they were much better when they poured out. When they poured in, they weren't very interested. They were rushing to their studies, I think, or something. And they spent all their money anyway on their burgers or whatever they eat at lunchtime. And, it's such a life, isn't it? They rush out, and then they have to eat something quickly and rush back in again. Isn't this nectar? This one. Anyway, we gave it a crack, and it was a worthwhile crack. We, like you were making up packets here, they're both aiming at 100 packets each today. And we'll have to order more Arabic books tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're the Arab, you say, something like that. The Arabs. So that's wonderful. But yesterday we went there and we didn't count, we just divided it between the 4 of us, whatever went out. We had these packs of Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj's magazine, a little brochure, not brochures, like little small books. They're not actually small books, they're about 30 pages long. So we put them in packs, Some packs were 12 books in, some were 8, some were 4. And the students, many of them were really interested. They were giving donations. And about 6 Gitas went out also, and they paid for them. Some we gave some away to students who were really interested. Mostly people gave donations. Life Comes from Life was very popular. Bhagavad Gita was very popular, right? Those two books particularly were very popular, that's the books. And these science magazines and books on science. So it's a very worthwhile endeavour, and it was fun. A lot of fun and interesting things happened. So this is the division of the scores between us all. So Mahananda Prabhu, as I say, I divided. 1 Mahabig book, 6 medium books, 6 small books, 32 magazines, and 1 Arabic book. Right, myself. 1 man. You notice the scores are pretty similar. 1 Mahabig book, 6 medium books, 7 small books, and 33 magazines, and 1 Arabic book. And Priya Rani. We gave the ladies more because they did more. They were, whatever, Mananda missed his train, so he was a little bit late getting there, but otherwise he was good. Priya Rani, always said the name first. 2 Mahabig books, 7 medium books, 8 small books, 33 magazines, and 1 Arabic book. And then here in Paris, wow, what a good day yesterday. Leela Manjari, 6 Mahabig books, 10 medium books, and 12 small books. That's wonderful, thank you. And yesterday, it's like Arabs only. 2 Mahabig books, 2 medium books, and 7 Arabic books. Mahadevi. Haribol Mahadevi. That was wonderful. We met a lot of Arabic people yesterday. And then here in Paris, all doing their yajna on the streets of Châtelet in Hell. Châtelet in Hell, is that what it's called? Châtelet in Hell?
Yes, ma'am.
Something like that. With 8 Mahabig books, 5 medium, 7 small, 2 magazines, and 2 Arabic books. Back to Matia. And because she went out last night and did quite a lot of books in about an hour, in fact. Added on to the university scores, which were little ones, of course. With 8 Mahabig books, 9 medium books, 9 small books, 34 magazines, and 1 Arabic book. Latin Eleanor. Wow. That's your top score of the marathon so far, I think. And then, my goodness, steady as a rock. Steady as a rock, with 17 Mahabig books and 3 medium books. Namacharya Prabhu. Oh, now we go to the big guns. The big guns. With 18 Mahabig books, 6 medium, 4 small, 1 magazine. Dayanatai Prabhu. And then with 19, 17, 18, 19. 19 Mahabig books, 12 medium, 6 small, 6 magazines. Ekanath Prabhu. To get into the Arabic preaching, and you can do more points. We're here to do points. We're interested in points. Points, right? Points. Anyway, that was fun. And then, oh yeah, very amazing. She's got other services every day, but she's really doing an amazing endeavor to get the devotional spirited there in Newmarket with 3 Mahabig books, Shatarudas, 9 medium books, 9 small books, and online 1 Srimad Bhagavatam set. Oh, Chitra Leela! She's done very well. She's already exceeded her quota by 4 times. She's already done 4 times her quota this marathon. You heard that, Vidura?
Yes.
You hear it? You're going to go back there. You've got to get them. Well, I don't know what's happening with all the others. They're not doing nothing. We had these promises when one day he said, I'm going to beat Aristanasana, this and that. They've done a single book so far.
You never show up in the Newmarket book.
Huh?
I never see him in Newmarket.
Well, I see him regularly. I see him regularly there. At lunchtime he comes. But he all these Bhagavatam sets and nothing's happened. You know what he's doing. His car broke down and he can't get out the door. That was the last thing. What to do, we're working on. And then the big guns, the real big guns, the cannons are coming in now. With 40 top Bhagavad Gita distributor yesterday, by the way, as normal, with 43 Bhagavad Gitas, just all Bhagavad Gitas, 3 medium, 5 small, and 5 magazines. Aristanasana Prabhu. I can't remember where it was. Was it in Toulon again, or was it in Marseille?
It was in Toulon.
Still in Toulon. Okay. Been doing there for the last 5 days or so. And then, this is a surprise addition to our marathon. Normally he doesn't take part in the marathon, but this year, with 9 Maha Big Books, it's partly has to thank his health because he had to come back for some operation. And he's got stuck in the country for 3 months. Normally he's in India this time of year. With 9 Maha Big Books, 5 medium books, 7 small books, 2 Arabic Gitas, 1 small Arabic book, and 1 Srimad Bhagavatam set, which he sold in a shop, one of his business shops. He did business in shops here in France. Devaki Pran Prabhu. Third top score yesterday. And then, oh my goodness me, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this. Not just the score, but the closeness of the score. It's almost like a magazine difference between them all. 1 medium book difference, that's all. With 40, we won't tell you which way around it is yet. You probably guessed who we're talking about here. And it's not Vidura. We know he did, his score we'll read later. He did so many books on the train yesterday.
Yes.
All the boxes, that's why no books. I ordered all these boxes of books from New Mayapur. Nothing came. He sold them all on the train.
Yes, I couldn't resist.
Couldn't resist it. Even the ticket collector. Right?
Yes.
With 42 Bhagavad Gitas, 1 big book, 2 medium books, 4 small books, 15 magazines, and only 57 Arabic books. Rasananda Sankatam Prabhu. Just for your information, inspire you all, that comes to 259.5 book points. It's more than we were doing, all of us in the first few days, in points. But beaten, thrashed, absolutely thrashed yesterday, with 40 Bhagavad Gitas and 60 Arabic books. Simple as that. That's all you have to do. Go to Saint Denis and just distribute 100 Arabic books. It's as easy as pie. And you'll be the top book distributor of the day, okay? Okay, Vidur, you got that?
Okay.
There's 60 Arabic books. Harini Devidasi! Oh, well, that's really inspiring on your first day out. She was scared stiff yesterday morning. She said, I don't know how to distribute books in France. And that makes a total of Rasananda Sankatam Prabhu did 259.5 book points, and Harini did 260.0 book points. My goodness, couldn't have been closer if you tried. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, whatever it is all amazing. Nothing to do with us. We're not attacked. Yesterday, 237 Maha Big Books.
Wow.
Very good. 2 big books, 94 medium, 92 small, 162 magazines, 2 Arabic Gitas, 133 Arabic small books, 2 Srimad Bhagavatam sets, and a point total of 1,117.2 book points. If we do that every day, we'll equal last year's marathon.
Wow.
Well, we're hoping a few others are going to jump on board, like some of these, they're threatened. We've got devotees from the south who are planning to go out shortly, from distributors, from friends around the country. And we haven't got anything much from Reunion at all so far. They were big last year. And nothing at all from Martinique and Guadeloupe, nothing at all so far. Nothing all from Nancy. We're not sure if there's going to be anything coming from Nancy. They were the biggest last year, so we're not sure about that one yet. They threatened that they were going to do something, but they've only ordered 5 books so far. So I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they expand the 5 books or something. Let's see. And whatever, a few others who might suddenly appear on the horizon here. So yes, and I don't think it's updated yet, the total scores. It wasn't updated as of this morning, but it's probably not updated now either. No, it's not. I'm trying to get him to update it to Jivananda Prabhu. We have to thank him for doing all the bookstores, calculating stuff. But someone who hasn't done the setting or whatever, I don't know what it involves, set it till the end of the month. He only set it like the day before yesterday. And it's like that every day, so we don't know what the total scores are. But I can give you an estimate within a few days, so just a rough estimate. We've done about 1,500 Gitas so far. About 1,500 Gitas so far, and about 350 Arabic small, and about 6,000 book points, just to give you an idea, so far. Prabhupada Ki Jai. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. That was a class and a score sheeting 1 almost. So now we go on to we read the Bhagavatam, and where is it? Is it still around, or has it gone to sleep? It went back in the bookshelf. I don't have it in front of me, so I can't read it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Just see, we're all cowherd boys and cowherd girls going out with the cows and the calves today into the pasturing grounds. Don't worry how many cows and cows you have. Just do your best to herd them. There's a lot of people out there that need herding. To help to bring them into the herd, right? All the people out there, we want them all to become a part of Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan. It's another example, of course. The Rasa Leela is given an example to bring everyone into the Rasa dance of Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. This is Sankirtan. And it starts with a little magazine. It starts with a little smile. It starts with just looking at a devotee or a book. It may not start with, immediately taking Krishna consciousness on hand, but just recognition. Those who are going on chanting, just that little recognition that people get this event. Even if they just hear a little bit, it may not be the purest of sound, but that little bit is a start, is a spark of their spiritual beginning for many of them. What verse number today?
We start with number 10, but there is no purport, so we will chant 11.
Okay. Which was on the board, 11 or 10?
11.
I'll read 10 first. Kasya asanam anninye mahendra mahadadbhutam murti matyak sarichrishta hemakumbhaya jalam shuchi. The king of heaven, Indra, bought a suitable sitting place for the goddess of fortune. So the goddess of fortune, Rama, has just appeared at the churning of the ocean, and naturally everyone's captivated in this world by the goddess of fortune in her various features, whether it's the beautiful body of a woman or whether it's funds, money, possessions, property, wealth of various kinds. Everyone's attracted to gold, isn't it? It has a natural attraction to it, but it's not just because of artificial, let's say, creation. We put an artificial monetary system, everyone's attracted to. If you see a 50-euro note lying on the floor, most people will immediately go for it. Though it's useless, for all intents and purposes, it's nothing but rubbish. It's no different than a paper bag in one sense, but it has a certain artificially created value, which we're very attracted to. But if there was a bar of gold lying on the ground, I think the human beings, those who know anything about value, would definitely be attracted, absolutely attracted. We'd fight over it, kill each other over it. Gold, it's gold. It's worth a lot of money, I guess. A lot of sense enjoyment can be obtained. So it's attraction. So everyone was attracted to Rama, or the goddess of fortune, who is, by her grace, one gets fortune, gets wealth. All the rivers, so to bring a suitable sitting place. You want to get something from somebody, you've got to treat them nicely. You've got to know what they want, and accordingly, it's like that in Sankirtan to some extent, a large extent in fact. And some people have kind of a natural knack, and most of us don't, but some people do. They just know how to make people feel just completely comfortable and, relaxed and even proud about themselves, and they become very they become very soft. Right. So bring her a chair, make her comfortable, maybe she'll be attracted to me, and so on, if we serve them. All the rivers of sacred water, such as Ganges and Jamuna, personify themselves, and each of them brought pure water in golden water pots for Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. And today's verse you can repeat. Abhishechanikaha Bhumihi Aharat Sakala Aushadhi Gavaha Pancha Pavitrani Vasantak Madhavo. I'll just read it through a couple of times and we'll move on. Abhishek, excuse me, it's so small, I don't know how to read it. Abhishek Chanika Bhumir Aharat Sakalo Shadihi. Also it's a little dull. Gavak Pancha Pavitrani Vasanto Madhu Madhavo Abhishek Chanika Bhumir Aharat Sakalo Shadihi Gavak Pancha Pavitrani Vasanto Madhu Madhavo Abhishek Chanikaha. Paraphernalia required for installing the deity. Bhumihi, the land. Aharat, collected. Sakala, all kinds of. Aushadhi, drugs and herbs. Gavaha, the cows. Pancha, 5 different varieties of products from the cow, namely milk, yogurt, clarified butter, cow dung, and cow urine. Pavitrani, uncontaminated. Vasantaha, personified springtime. Madhu Madhavo, flowers and fruits produced during spring, or in the months of Chaitra and Vaishakha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The land became a person and collected all the drugs and herbs needed for installing the deity. The cows delivered 5 products, namely milk, yogurt, ghee, urine, and cow dung. And spring, personified, collected everything produced in spring during the months of Chaitra and Vaishakha, April and May. Report. Srila Prabhupada, Panchagavya, the 5 products received from the cow, namely milk, yogurt, ghee, cow dung, and cow urine, are required in all ritualistic ceremonies performed according to the Vedic directions. Cow urine and cow dung are uncontaminated, and since even the urine and dung of a cow are important, we can just imagine how important this animal is for human civilization. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, directly advocates Goraksha, the protection of cows. Civilized men who follow the system of Varna ashram, especially those of the Vaishya class, who engage in agriculture and trade, must give protection to the cows. Unfortunately, because people in Kali Yuga are mandaha, or bad, and sumanda matayaha, misled by false misconceptions of life, they are killing cows in the thousands, millions rather, should be thousands, but every day, hundreds of thousands of, maybe millions, I don't know, So many cows are slaughtered. Even in India, although the present president is not in favor of it in general, but you can't stop it. It's still going on. Anyone from India here? Sort of. Do you keep in touch? I have no idea what's going on. They're still killing cows somewhere in India, right? Different places they have slaughterhouses, though it's banned in many places. He has put a ban on it in many places, which, what can you say? It's something. Something pious there, something. May not be enough, but it's something. Creditable. They're killing cows in the thousands. The biggest slaughterhouse, I think, in the world was in Mumbai. Cows. They send them, a lot of them, to other countries, but it's going on. In great numbers in the land of Dharma. Probably changed a bit, I don't know. Therefore they are unfortunate in spiritual consciousness, because we may know from the Srimad Bhagavatam that, we should hear this Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source. It is actually the medicinal measure to cure the ill effects of Kali Yuga, particularly. Only those who are killing themselves and are butchers, those who are killing animals, they cannot comprehend Krishna consciousness. They may practice some, pseudo or materialistic religious practice of some kind, but they cannot understand spirituality at all, because their consciousness is so contaminated and causing harm to other living entities. Purposely. It's not out of necessity, it's out of wanton need or desire, not out of absolute need. And even if it is, they would never kill a cow. But not everybody understands or accepts that, we know that. So what to do? Therefore, Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement has to be spread widely to try to change the consciousness. It's difficult to start with a grassroots society without leadership, which is, enlightened leadership. It doesn't exist. A little bit, but not much. Therefore, they are unfortunate. So many ways, and nature disturbs them in so many ways, especially through incurable diseases like cancer, and through frequent wars, and among wars, okay? Diseases like cancer, and through frequent wars and among nations. Doesn't make sense to me.
It should be and among nations. Just wars among nations.
Oh yeah, frequent
Wars among nations.
Frequent wars among nations, isn't it?
I think it should be, but it does have and there.
Is it an and word? What is it saying?
Here, I think they've corrected it. It shouldn't be.
It should be there. Frequent wars among nations. As long as human society continues to allow cows to be regularly killed in slaughterhouses, there cannot be any question of peace and prosperity. There's no question. It has to be a world where there's going to be constant friction, rivalry, wars, and no real prosperity. Their prosperity, look at the prosperity of people in general nowadays. We're supposed to be a very civilized society, but so many people have no money. No money. That's what they say. I don't know what type of society. It's like students now. They're struggling. When I was a student, I never had any shortage of money, and my parents didn't give me a penny. Not a penny. Government gave me everything. Pay for everything. The course, the residence, the food, the parties, the drugs, everything they paid for. No shortage. And now they all seem to be penny pinching. And they have loans, and they have to work for 10 years to pay off their loan. Or their mortgage. They have to work hard to pay off the mortgages. Huh? You could buy a house very easily when I was a kid. A couple of £1,000, you could buy a house. Can't even buy a bed for that much nowadays. We're thinking we're advancing in society. And that's all artificial anyway, but real wealth, people have nothing. They don't have land anymore. They don't even have a garden anymore, right? You can't get proper food anymore. You gotta pay a lot of money for it, right? Bio, they call it bio. Even that's not really bio, by the way. It's partially bio. We have a bio farm in Malaysia, and it's connected with, I don't know what's called, One United Nations, a worldwide organization of organic foods and stuff. You know, as long as you're 75% bio, you count as fully bio. It's not completely bio, meaning no pesticides, insecticides, and this thing and that thing. It's not pure. It's still what to do. This is the Kali Yuga. How many people have their own cow in Kali Yuga? Very few. In Asia maybe, not in the West, hardly. Rare. We may not. If you bought a cow here, we would ask him, Davy, if you were milking the cows yesterday, we thought maybe you brought one of them up in the garden here. Didn't bring one of them up here to milk every morning. Huh? No. You get into real trouble if you try to do that. It'd be in the news, probably. But you know, how many you can't do them? What does and owning land? I mean, they don't even allow you to own land in England. If you're farming more than a certain amount, you're not allowed to do it. You have a bit of land, then they try to control you. You've got to give everything to them. You have to work under the corporates. And, you know, it's a whole different world that we're living in. There's all cheating going on. There's no real honesty. There's no real natural living. And people are stressed. So stressed. Rushing out for their lunch break, rushing back in again. You know, I mean, I don't know if it's everywhere like this, but it seems like it's getting that way. People are in such a rush, going nowhere. Huh? And then they're struggling. They're living in a little box somewhere, right? Little box, call it an apartment. Little box somewhere in South, right? He's happy with it because it's next to the temple. And it's small little places, they're all cramped up there. They can't even, there's not even a window that opens sometimes. You can't see, all you see out the back is the backyard. You know, this whole building going around you. And the smells of everyone else in the apartment block. You dare open the window. You open the front window and you wish you never did. Close it quickly. And yeah, what is it, living there watching the TV or something? Is this civilization? Is this opulence? You know, you spend all your money buying a fancy gadget, electronic gadget or something or another, which, you know, doesn't work when it's too cold. And so many devotees' mobiles are not working because after a certain, it's not even cold. I can't imagine what it would be like if it was freezing. You pay a hell of a lot of money. People queue up all night to get these things. You've seen them outside the Apple store when the latest one comes out. They're there all night. They camp there just to get the latest one. It's a civilization. Piece of junk. In reality, we use it, but in reality it's nothing. It's worthless. Completely worthless. Then you serve pure milk, and probably send people junk for it, but they won't because it costs too much. Because of the artificial society. And I think it's dangerous. We were told when I was a kid in the 50s, we were told that anything that doesn't have chemicals in it is very dangerous for your health. And you have to look on the packet and see how many chemicals were there. And the more the merrier. So we're making the food safe. It's dangerous. We're making food safe for you. We were told that. They don't tell you that now, maybe, but that was the beginning of this, you know, processed food business thing. But what type of opulence is? People don't know what it's like, most of them, to taste. And my father had an allotment. That means a garden on the edge of the town. So we would go and grow our own vegetables. There's nothing like a homegrown vegetable. Isn't it? And it's so nourishing, you know. So satisfying. But no, you can buy it in Ocean. A nice packet. You don't have to peel it. You don't even have to cut it if you want. You can buy it already cut. It's really nice. Very nice. Looks good. Nice and bright orange. But, you know, is this really serving a real purpose to be happy? Not really. People don't know where happiness comes from, how to obtain it. Even if they know where it comes from, they don't want to change. They don't know how to obtain happiness. Prabhupada said we started this movement to be happy and to try to help others to become happy, but you know, we're still a bit attached perhaps to the artificial world that we've been brought up in and affected by the results of that, conditioning our attachments and so on. Try to take shelter of Krishna. Sankirtan is a performance, it's not just activity, it's a state of consciousness of developing that mentality that Sankirtan means everything is Krishna centered. Everything is for them. Trying to just bring everything in relationship with Krishna. Then everything becomes peaceful. Otherwise, competition, artificial exploitation, bad karma, everything becomes overwhelming. People are completely swallowed by the whole scene. And they don't know anything other than what they're in. You see them walking along the street, all they're interested in, they've got these things in their ears, isn't it? In the metro, I mean, it's rare to see somebody who doesn't have a mobile phone in their hand, isn't it? Even old people I see are now sitting there with mobile phones in their hands. It used to be newspapers. You don't see that anymore. It's just mobile phone now. Everyone in the metro would have a newspaper 50 years ago. You know, you'd have to tap the newspaper to see who's behind you. Excuse me, sir, would you like to look at my busy reading? You know, it's the mobile. You can't get their attention. They've got these things on their ears, you know. Zombies. Everyone's become a zombie. It's a fact. The whole system is to make you a zombie. Simple as that. And if you're not there, then you're walking on the street, many of them hold it too. They have things in their ears, I don't know what they're listening to. When I first saw this, I thought, my God, there's a lot. I don't know what it was in some institute. The first time I ever saw people using mobiles with things in there. They didn't have ears, you know, things in their ears. I thought they were talking to themselves. I thought there was a lot of crazy people out there. They're all walking around talking to themselves, you know. Going up and down. No! Yes! No! Take it away! They're like talking in public. You know, they have a mobile phone. You can't see it. The guy's gone crazy. They don't realize they're, you know, they get so emotionally carried away sometimes, even though, you know, they're in public. It's a so unfortunate situation. Instead of living in nature, herding the cows, taking natural foodstuffs, no need to worry if electricity works or doesn't work. No need to worry if the heating system works or doesn't work. There are no bills coming through the door. There's no threats from the government. There's no buildings you have to worry about falling down. You build a new house every year anyway, made out of mud and natural products. You don't have to worry about all these things. Now we just created a society of worry, anxiety and stress, isn't it? Pretty much. There's the peace. And it says here, one major angle, as long as they're killing the cows, this will not stop. There will be wars, people are scared. I mean, a few weeks ago everyone was scared, I don't think still are, that there's some kind of war going on in the Middle East is going to explode. A couple of years ago it was Ukraine, and it was COVID. There's always something there, huh? People are scared of. I know there's even devotees today who are not, they're still afraid to go out their door since COVID began. They don't want to go out their door. They're scared. And I mean, you know, when I say devotees, I don't mean very advanced devotees, obviously, to some degree. And I'm sure they're not the only ones. Paranoid. The world is a paranoid place. It doesn't have to be. If we take shelter of Krishna, okay, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We'll do our best to do our little bit, tiny little sparks in this great fire of the Sankirtan movement, but every little spark is important. no matter how small it may be, but it's very, very important. Every little bit helps, and helps somebody else, and pleases Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Entourage Srila Bhagavatam ki jai. So we'll be downstairs if anyone needs. If anyone hasn't handed in their Lakshmi from yesterday, please, if you have any of this, please do so. And I'll be downstairs in a few minutes at least.
And today should be a auspicious day for distribution because Mandakini Mataji should be in the streets today with Yoga Lyric Mataji.
Oh my goodness, that's this morning though. They're going out
This
in the
morning,
morning.
yeah.
We have a Yoga Lyric Ladies Party going out this morning on Sankirtan. Annual Friday, every Friday they usually go out. And this is the yoga, and I think she's leaving tomorrow, isn't she? Going back to Montpellier.
I don't have
Where
details.
she's going back soon. She just came from where, India or somewhere?
Yeah, she was in India.
Yeah.
India, yeah. So she's just got back recently. She's staying with